Welcome to West Nale Virus. Sorry, I forgot what our podcast name was for a second. Welcome to West Nale Virus. Today is Sunday. Saturday. What? Saturday, July 31st. I'm a mess this morning. Yeah, it's okay.
July 31st.
July 31st. Yes.
2021. West Nile Virus. It is very early morning, so I can't blame you.
Yeah. So what we're doing today is we got a week recap. On Saturdays, we got a week recap. We'll be talking about some big things that that happened in sports this week, and sharing our opinions on some certain things. Today we'll be starting off with kind of the news from the Olympics, because there's a lot of that, and so we're gonna rattle it off pretty quick, and then let you know what's going on. Some mostly the bigger stuff, but some other stuff too. So
things we think you need to know that happened in the Olympics.
Yes. So yeah, I mean, and that being said,
let's do it.
Just get right into it. First medal I've got right here. The equestrian dressage team Grand Prix. We got silver.
Right.
Funny news about that: Germany won gold, and 2 of our 3 riders were born in Germany.
Gosh darn you Germans!
Moved to America.
All right, I have the women's 3v3 basketball team. We won gold, 18-15 over Russia in the gold medal match.
Very awesome. I've got we beat soccer. We
have beaten soccer.
We have beaten soccer. It's done. We never
happened.
The women's soccer team beat the Netherlands in penalties and is playing against Canada in the semifinals.
This is just some news. The USA mixed 4x4 relay team was disqualified. I don't know. I think it was a baton pass, but they appealed it and they have been reinstated.
Skeet women's and men's final. We got gold. The woman was Amber English and the man was Vincent Hancock. So congratulations to them.
If we're gonna win gold in something, it better be those.
Yeah. Skeet shooting, we should definitely be winning gold.
Yeah. I have our women's badminton player, Biwen Zhang. Forgive me, I'm gonna butcher everyone's names here. She actually hurt her Achilles in her match, and she has retired from the competition. And she was our best chance for medaling, but it happens.
Sad to hear. That is sad to hear, but
yeah,
it does happen. The women's surfing, we won gold. Carissa Moore, she won that. I believe that's the first time surfing has been in the Olympics, so
we own it right now.
We have won the one and only gold, so that is pretty great.
History. Women's softball team, a little bummer here, but we lost to Japan in the gold medal match, so we ended up with the silver. But women's softball, congratulations. I will say some of these things, it's a bummer. Like we wish we would have won gold and everything, but it's okay to be number 2 in the world.
Right? Yeah, it's not the worst thing ever.
Yeah, it's not that bad.
We'll take it. I'm gonna go ahead and there's a ton of swimming here, so I'm just gonna list a bunch of it.
Okay,
if that's all right. All right, we got women's 400-meter freestyle. We got silver, Katie Ledecky. Men's 4x100 freestyle relay. We got gold.
Yeah, baby.
Women's 100-meter backstroke. We got bronze. That was Reagan Smith. Men's 100-meter backstroke, we got bronze. That's Ryan Murphy. Women's 100-meter breaststroke, we got gold and bronze. Lydia Jacoby and Lily King.
I think it's Jacoby.
Sorry. Lydia Jacoby and Lily King. Women's 200 meter IMs. We got silver and bronze. That was Alex Walsh and Kate Douglas. Women's 1500 meter free, gold and silver. That was Katie Ledecky and Erica Sullivan. Men's 800 meter freestyle. We got gold. That's Robert Fink. Women's 200 meter butterfly. We got silver and bronze. Reagan Smith and Haley Flickinger. Men's 100 meter freestyle. We got gold. That's Caleb Dressel. Women's 4x200 meter free. We got silver. Not sure who. Women's 200 meter breaststroke, silver and bronze. That was Lily King and Annie Lazor.
In this, you said not sure who. That was our team event, so we just got silver.
Okay, yeah. Men's 200 meter backstroke silver, Ryan Murphy, and that is all the pretty much all the swimming medals that have been
handed out currently.
Yes, though I do believe we also won the mixed relay. I think we got gold in the mixed relay. Caleb Dressel, Katie Ledecky, and
yeah, we because the time difference really kind of screwed us up. So it's the weekend recap for us, but some things have happened on Saturday night over in Tokyo that we might cover on our weekend recap. I don't know.
Monday,
but it's already happened. But
it's a little confusing, but that's all right.
Men's BMX racing. Connor Fields, who was gold medal favorite, I'm sure you have all seen this, but he took a big tumble and he had to go to the hospital. I mean, he was knocked out cold. Did you see the crash, Josiah?
I did not see the crash, but I saw that he was carried out on a stretcher, and
it was bad.
I watched another guy knocked out of the competition too. And
yes, it was a bummer. It almost makes you mad because he was doing so well, and then you get bumped by another player, but it's part of the game, and you can't do anything
right.
about it.
I mean, it sucks. He even qualified for the final despite crashing and knocking himself out, but obviously he couldn't compete because he was unconscious. So
a little hard to compete, but he's recovering. He's in the hospital. He's recovering. Prayers out to Connor Fields and his family. Quick recovery,
Australian man. Guy. Okay. Then we got the women's triathlon. We got bronze. That was Katie Zafaris. I don't know. I'm not even gonna try.
Zafaris.
Zafaris.
The men's basketball team defeated Iran. We smoked them, and then I believe I just got an update. I think they're playing as we speak, and Kevin Durant.
Is what was happening this morning.
Yes, and Kevin Durant. I think they're playing the Czech Republic. Kevin Durant has become the United States all-time leading scorer.
All right.
In the Olympics.
Yeah, in the Olympics. Not in the history of basketball, or not in the history of NBA.
Yeah.
That would be pretty crazy.
That would be pretty cool if we could keep track of the all-time leading scorer in
everything.
Yeah, in their entire life.
Yeah. That would be pretty crazy. It'd be whoever puts in the most work at the gym. So probably Kobe.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you have anything else, but I think
I do have some things. I have two.
Okay.
Men's synchronized 3-meter springboard. We got silver. And
awesome.
A women's synchronized 10-meter platform. We got silver.
Awesome.
I think, fact check me on this, everybody out there, but I think that the women's synchronized 10-meter platform, I think that's the first time we've ever medaled.
That's pretty good then.
But I am pretty sure silver is the highest medal we've ever gotten.
All right. Well, we'll take it.
And then last but not least is gymnastics. And in the gymnastics round, I I think everybody knows about this. Our team, the women's team gymnastics, finished with silver, and then in the women's all around final, Sunisa Lee
Got
took
the
the gold.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's what I was gonna say, because that's
It's
been a
yes, that's going to lead us into our some of our hot topics of the week.
yes. And yeah, so I mean, as everybody's heard, put it out there, Simone Biles retired from the competition, both in team and individual. She pulled out of team because she felt she wasn't going to be doing well. Maybe she was worried she was going to be injured.
She had the twisties.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, sometimes that kind of stage can get to you.
Mm-hmm.
And it definitely got to her this time. And it happens.
Yeah, I was actually at an event. I work at a winery for everybody. Oh, look at that. Go on YouTube. Givoli Winery right there.
Givoli Winery, right?
We have a good time. We had a famous chef out, but who was there? Your sister Josiah, and she is actually a gymnast, and
Yes,
she committed her life to gymnastics for a while. And I say a while, I mean a while, a long time.
It was a long time. She did it till she injured her back. So
yeah.
And could no longer.
So I knew we were talking about this, so I brought it up and I talked to her about twisties, because I was very frustrated with Simone Biles, and I did not know how someone could just leave their team out to hang them out to dry. But now that I understand the twisties, I understand why. But I do have a problem with the media and how they are going about this. But that's something we can jump into right now.
I was gonna say I don't have I hate that she had to pull out of the competition. Obviously, I much would have rather have watched Simone Biles take gold for America, help us take gold in team. It obviously I mean, if you really want to look at it, that's the reason we got silver in team, because she pulled out and we weren't able to replace her. It's unlikely that we would have not won it had she been there. But yeah, I mean, the other thing is, though, she just wasn't doing well. So it's very likely that had she stayed in, we still wouldn't have won, because she just wasn't going to be doing well. And so I can
may
understand.
have gotten hurt.
And she may have gotten hurt. Exactly. Very, very easy to hurt yourself in gymnastics. Mm-hmm. Very, very easy sport to hurt yourself in. So I understand her decision. I feel for her. But I'm disappointed. Mm-hmm. Not in her, just disappointed.
Yeah. So the twisties is just something you don't know. You kind of forget how to twist and you lose yourself, and then you could fall and break your neck. And it happens on big stages when you're really nervous. And so I'm surprised it happened to her, because she's been there before.
Right.
So I think that's my biggest disappointment, is that, she's been there before and this hasn't happened. Why is it happening now?
I feel like it's probably this time, because she went into the games knowing, like, people are expecting me now to
probably had something to do with that,
gold and be the best and all that. So
yeah.
Whereas last time it was her first. But
so I think if you are someone that was frustrated with Simone Biles, I think it's okay to be frustrated. I think Simone Biles was frustrated with it. Yeah. But there's a certain level of frustration. You can't be frustrated. She didn't give up on the team. She just didn't say, like, oh, I'm going to be the next activist, and so I'm dropping out.
Right. Well, and it's nice too that she dropped out of the individual round before it happened. It actually gave another one of our athletes a shot at it. Jade Carey, she was able to join the competition. She wasn't able to medal, but
she got
to compete. So
yeah, that's awesome.
So that's good.
And and it gives a few more opportunities for someone else to step up. But you know who I'm most disappointed in, though?
Who?
Coaching. Our gymnastics coaches.
Our gymnastics coaches.
Are
Why is
they?
that?
The reason being is because if I found this out yesterday from your sister as well. The United States has not gotten less than a gold, a first place finish in 11 years in all international competitions. We have one. The easier way to say it is we have
We
one
have won every international competition in the past 11 years
in women's gymnastics.
in women's gymnastics.
That is what. Now, I did not fact check her, so that I don't know if she's right or wrong, but
Right.
I know that we are legit.
We're definitely dominant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is in the team competition. And so those coaches should have every girl ready. So the people that replace Simone Biles, they should be ready. Our girls should be physically and mentally ready to go whenever, no matter the stage, because they compete on the world's largest stage all the time, every year. And I know the Olympics is a lot, especially for gymnastics. It's way more hyped than any other international competition.
Right.
So I know the pressure's there, but I mean, they win all the time. They should have those gals ready to go.
Well, and I will say, to those girls' credit, the ones who are on team, the other three girls on team, if they made any mistakes, at all, it counted. There was no chance it wouldn't, because I believe the way it works is they take the top three competitors. But when Simone Biles dropped out, they weren't going to be able to take the top three competitors. They just had to take all three competitors. So if they made any mistake at all, it counted towards the score. So that was disappointing for us, but it happens. It is what it is.
Yeah. Good. I hope she gets over the twisties like pretty soon, because I heard that twisties you can get over them quick, or they can last a really long time, like a month.
Right.
So sometimes even longer than a month.
Yeah. Well, prayers out to her as well, to get over that and move on with her life. But yeah, no. So next thing, I believe the NBA draft happened some point this week. So
it did happen sometime this week.
who was your
some things that I wrote? Well, if you don't know about the NBA draft, because it's not as hyped in the United States as football.
Right.
Cade Cunningham from Oklahoma State went number 1 overall to Detroit Pistons.
Wonderful.
I thought that's fine. He's a good player. I just have the top 3 picks written down for you guys. Jalen Green went number 2 overall to the Houston Rockets. He played in the G League last year, and he's a local boy. Shout out to the local boys, Central Valley local boys, San Joaquin Memorial. So, dude, the Central Valley is chilling it right now in pro sports. I just got to throw that out there. We got Jalen Green and Paul George in the NBA. The Lopez twins are from the Central Valley. We have Derek Carr and Devontae Adams and Josh Allen.
And soon you'll have that running back that's at Georgia right now, Kendall Milton.
And then in baseball, there are a ton of Central Valley guys in baseball. I can't name all of them, but the biggest name that you know is Aaron Judge. So it's crazy right now. So
Central Valley's been popping off in pro sports, especially the big 3 of American pro sports.
Fortunately, we don't have snow or ice, so there's no one in the hockey world.
No. And unfortunately, it's hard to even know if there are in the soccer world because it's not very publicized.
And hockey is so fun to watch. I love hockey. Hockey's great. And I think the logos are in all the big 4 sports. Hockey has the coolest logos. It's fast paced. It's great. Anyways, that's another conversation for another day. With a 3rd pick, the Cleveland Cavaliers took Evan Mobley from USC. He's big. He's a big man. Very athletic. I really like him. you can't go wrong with any of those 3 picks. So congratulations to those guys. Some other picks that I liked that I want to talk about. I don't know if you have anything to talk about in the NBA side, Josiah, for the draft.
Not specifically. I did want me. There was that one guy's name I really liked. For those who don't know, I don't know much about basketball. I'm short, so I didn't play much.
White.
Yes, exactly. But there is a guy named JT Thor that was picked by the Hornets, a guy from Auburn, and I liked his name a lot. So
he's your favorite rookie. Doesn't matter.
He's my favorite rookie. Who cares about those other guys? I'm cheering for JT Thor.
Jalen Suggs from Gonzaga went number 5 overall to Orlando Magic. I love Jalen Suggs. I think a lot of people like Gonzaga and little smaller school, but great basketball program. Really fun to watch. They made the national championship. I think he's a great player. He's going to do fine. Maybe if he leaves the Magic, because the Magic suck right now. Oh, we'll see. We'll see what happens with the Magic. Number 9 overall, I saw some people talking about this guy. And this guy is Davion Mitchell out of Baylor. He was drafted by the Sacramento Kings, which I'm really happy about because I enjoy the Kings. People say that this might have been a reach. Davion Mitchell was I don't know if he was MVP of March Madness or the championship, but he's legit. Davion Mitchell is amazing. Defensively, he's a freaking stud. And the intensity that he brings on the basketball court is second to none. I think he's going to be a great player. And I'm really happy the Kings picked him. Because I'm a fan of the Kings. The only NBA game I've been to is a Sacramento Kings game. So I guess I'm a Kings fan.
There you go.
But a pick that I really liked. Is there anything else that you have, Josiah?
No, I don't really have anything else for the draft itself.
All right. A pick that I really like that I don't know that is being talked about a lot is Joe Wieskamp. Now, Joe Wieskamp was taken in the second round. Pick number 11 of the second round. He played for Iowa, and he is a shooter.
Okay.
And he was taken by the San Antonio Spurs, and that's why I like this pick. I think he's going to be the perfect role player for Greg Popovich, because we know it's not working out in the Olympics, so he needs to get back to the Spurs and get all his role players in there. So
absolutely.
He's a tall shooter, big tall shooter that I think he can rebound the ball well and crash the boards if he needs to. Not sure how he is on the defensive end, might be a little slow, but I think he's going to fit perfectly into Greg Popovich's style of play. So.
Well, moving on from the draft, we do have a small amount of NBA news that we talked about already in our show yesterday.
Yes.
Pretty much our entire show yesterday was about it. But yes, the big name trade, I believe the Washington Wizards traded Russell Westbrook to the LA Lakers for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, Montrezl Harrell, somebody else, I think.
I have it.
And a first round pick.
Kyle Kuzma.
That's right. Kyle Kuzma and a first round pick. And they used that pick to select, I believe, Isaiah Todd.
Yes.
And then
they selected Isaiah Jackson and then traded him to the Pacers.
Traded him to the Pacers, they gave them and somebody who neither of us knew. And
I think they received the 31st pick and they received Aaron Holiday.
Yeah.
And then with the 31st pick, then they picked Isaiah Todd.
They took Isaiah Todd.
NBA trades are insane. I think there was something that happened with Adam Silver, the gosh, what do you call him? The head guy for the
Oh, the
NBA.
commissioner.
That's it. And he has trouble reading the trades that are going on. It's crazy.
Oh gosh.
So good luck to West Nile virus when you just write it down on a piece of paper.
Yeah.
It's
something.
But yeah, so go back and listen to our last episode. We have a what if episode on if we were the GM of the Lakers and what we would have done if we would have traded those guys away. And if we did, who would we have traded them? And would we have traded for Westbrook? So I had a good time. It was fun. I think we both did. But my question that I want to ask you, Josiah, is do you like these like quote air quotes big threes?
The kind of super teams that they try and form.
Yeah, they seem to like they can afford 3 guys, 3 studs, but then after that, and then we need a shooter.
Other than the Warriors that one year, where they had KD and Steph and Klay Thompson and
Draymond
Green, and I believe their last starter was
I don't know who their starter
Iggy,
was.
Iguodala.
Well, I think he was on the team, but I don't know if he was a starter.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, you are right. The big threes, the super teams, they sometimes every once in a while, I think it could be a fun thing, but it happens, I feel like, a lot now. And I don't really, it's the novelty of it's kind of worn off on me, it's like, oh, well, it's another one. Let's see if this one works out. Because a lot of times they don't.
Right.
They'll get these big 3 players together and they'll be like, all right, guys, we got all these studs. Now we're going to win. And then it's like, well, but you're not, though. You're not winning. You got a bunch of really good guys you're paying a bunch of money to, and you're still not winning.
Mm-hmm. That's why I love this season. The Bucks and the Suns, not really any big threes out there that we would consider big threes, and both of them are in the NBA Finals. And the Bucks, who I think had lesser names than the Suns, they won. So I'm a big fan of that.
Yeah, it's good to see. Good to see.
Mm-hmm.
Team sport. Now, I know you had mentioned that I believe there was a trade deadline this past week.
Yes, yesterday was the trade deadline for Major League Baseball. So if you're a baseball fan, you know what went down. And it was a crazy MLB trade deadline. Insane. Big name guys were being shipped all over the nation. So I'm just going to go over a few of them. So the Yankees went out and got Joey Gallo and Anthony Rizzo. Some big bats. I think the whole baseball world, I don't know if you weren't shocked, I don't know what's wrong with you, but the Cubs got rid of their studs and I don't know why. So maybe they have, I honestly have no idea. I don't even want to figure out.
They're trying to go back into their like 50-year streak of not winning.
Okay. I know their guys were getting a little. That. Yeah. Anthony Rizzo and Chris Bryant, Chris Bryant went to the Giants, which I'm a Giants fan, so I don't mind that. But Chris Bryant loved the Cubs and he was emotional. So I'm thinking, great. Is he going to really give his all for the Giants? But granted, the Cubs had to get rid of him. So it's got to be something there. And the Giants gave up their number 9 and they're ranked number 9 and number 30 prospects. So some pretty good prospects for Chris Bryant. And then I'll go back to the Yankees really quick. I just hate watching the Yankees get better. I do like Aaron Judge, but I can't stand the Yankees. Kyle Schwarber is going to the Red Sox and then from the Nationals. And the Nationals is the other team that I don't understand. They went and won the World Series and now they're getting rid of all their guys. Another Cub, Javi Baez. He is going to the Mets. And I didn't write down what the Mets are getting. I just want to write what where these big name guys are going. I didn't get all the big name guys. I just wrote the big name guys down that I care about. So sorry if you don't care about these and your guy isn't mentioned.
There you go.
Craig Kimbrough, he's a reliever he was a reliever for the Cubs. He's a good reliever. I don't know if you know this, Josiah, but he's the guy that like sits there waiting like this. And I don't know. You probably don't know. He's going to the White Sox, and the White Sox are good this year. So the White Sox, the Red Sox, the Yankees are getting better. And then you have the other New York team, the Mets. They grabbed Javi Baez. So you got all the two New York teams competing, Boston competing. They're all grabbing players like, oh, we better grab some. And then the Dodgers acquired Max Scherzer from the Nationals, who is a pitcher. Wow. Yeah, he's a good pitcher and starting shortstop. And he could play all over, really. Trey Turner from the Nationals. So the Nationals give up 2 more studs to the Dodgers. Full
rebuild for them as well.
I guess I don't know if their prospects are legit or who's behind them. The Nationals have Keyboom, I believe. I don't know if they got rid of him either, but the Nationals had their AAA team in Fresno. So the Fresno Grizzlies, and we'd watch him, and Keyboom played for them before he went, and he's good. He's very good.
There you go.
But so then the Dodgers got better, and now so the Giants had to get Chris Bryant.
Oh, there you go. Well, I was going to say, yeah, you obviously know a little bit more about MLB. For those out there, I'm trying to learn more about these sports that I don't know anything about for the show, but
it's hard.
It's hard. It's hard to just get into a new sport. I'm getting there though. I'm getting there. So
yeah, if we could do this for a living, you could spend all day and
Oh, absolutely.
Learn all of it. But it's hard as someone. I think I speak for the average. I don't even want to say average, just the normal person. You have plenty of hobbies. You have your job, you have your family, and then you probably have time for 1, maybe 2 sports to know really well.
Right.
And for the American, it's American football.
Yeah.
The NFL for most people. And I'm that way. I know the most about American football. Then after that, you have the NBA, who plays 82 games a season, and their trades are crazy. Then you have the MLB, who plays 160 games a season or something like that.
Right.
And you're playing all the time, and the rosters and how they move, it's crazy. It's so hard to keep up with. And then you have hockey that's not marketed at all in California, at least, and not in Georgia.
Definitely not here.
And so it's really hard.
It is really hard, but I'll get there. I'll get there for the show. I'll get there. And but yeah, I mean, moving on to American football though.
Yeah.
We have the Madden 22 the ratings.
Can I go back real quick? Can we say that for last?
Yes.
Okay. Texas and Oklahoma have actually accepted the SEC invite. Just want to put that out there.
That's right. And they are going to be in the SEC effective 2025 season.
Yes.
But if they reach a settlement with some lawyers for someone, I think Big 12, I don't really know though, some legal stuff. If they reach a settlement with them, they could be in the SEC as soon as the 2022 season.
Wow.
So we could see Texas and Oklahoma playing against Alabama and Georgia
in 2 years.
So, but yeah,
it makes me angry.
It's very annoying. It is very annoying. I'm very worried about the way the NIL rules are going to affect college football.
Yes.
I'm all for players being able to profit off their likeness, but I think it needed to be controlled and relatively heavily because without it, the better teams are only going to get better.
Right.
I think my dad had raised this idea, and I think it was a pretty good idea where the players could each like individually make up to, you know, a certain amount of
Mhm.
money every year.
Yeah.
You know, not anything too crazy, but you know, let them make like 20,000, $30,000 a year. That is great for a for a college. That's a lot of money for a college kid. So
Mhm.
yeah, let him make that, help them through their college career, and then but also for every player, split it up amongst the team. So everyone on the team gets the money. So it's not just the one player going to make, because there's some kids out there right now, they're making already supposed to make millions of dollars, like over $1 million. I know there's one kid who's got at least
I know
over $1 million.
Bryce
Yeah.
Young, the quarterback for Alabama, has already hit 7 digits.
Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
So yeah, that's insane. That is way too much money to throw into the college football world all at once. I'm worried it could ruin the sport a little bit. Because
So here's my
Alabama
argument.
can say, "Hey, look at this quarterback. He just got over $1 million for he hasn't even played for us yet. You really don't want to come to Alabama and make over $1 million before you ever touch the field? All the best quarterbacks just
Uh-huh.
come to Alabama."
Yeah, I don't like it, but here's my argument for it, because I don't know, you can't regulate it. I don't know if you could say to someone, okay, you could profit off your name and likeness, and you're the number one recruit in the nation or number one player in the nation, but we're only going to limit you to 20 grand. Sorry. I don't feel that people should be in charge of that, how much you can make as a person. If you want to grind and get your name out there, and that's fine. And I think those are the opportunities that you have.
I
Uh,
think I think in that vein, I think they should have backed off some of the things they do where YouTubers were getting kicked out of college football because they had a YouTube channel.
yeah, that's stupid.
Um, that's really dumb. They needed to back off stuff like that.
Mhm.
If you wanted to start your own business, you know, and profit off your name and likeness, that's fine with me too. But I'm saying like the official, like the sponsorships and stuff like that,
Right.
I think that should have gone through some player, you know, portal,
Yeah.
and they should have said, you know, this player has already made the maximum amount, so no more sponsorships for him this year.
I can get behind that. I like that.
Okay, cool. That is our proposed rework.
It's not gonna happen, but
No, but
we
but
can only
hopefully
dream.
it doesn't ruin the sport. We'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah.
But
All
moving
right,
on to the Madden
now.
ratings.
Yes.
So you got the 99 club.
All right. Tell me who is in the 99 club.
Well, okay, there's 5 of them, and I assume you already know, but I'm gonna go ahead and let you guess. Um,
I know that
there's a defensive tackle.
that is Aaron Donald,
Yes, okay. There's a wide receiver.
Devontae Adams,
There's a cornerback.
Jalen Ramsey,
There's a quarterback,
Patrick Mahomes,
and there's a tight end,
Travis Kelce.
Travis Kelce. So
Uh,
those are your
the
599 club.
the media and everybody, they're all in love with those players.
Yes, they
I,
are.
I'm actually a little surprised that Devontae Adams got it over some of the some other wide receivers, but
DeAndre
I do.
Hopkins.
I think he's right though. I do think Devontae Adams is deserved.
He is definitely an amazing player. DeAndre Hopkins did follow him right up 98 overall, so he just missed out on that. But yeah.
I will. I'm going to preface this talk with this. I hate Madden. I will never play it. So we're gonna tell you the ratings, but the ratings are more so. I'm gonna relate them to the field. And I mean, that's what they're supposed to do, but they don't because Madden is terrible. So
Right.
that's why we're talking. And I think, Josiah, you feel the same way.
Yes. I hate Madden. There's a reason I haven't played any Madden games since Madden 18. And I haven't even played that game since probably 2019. So I only play NCAA 14, a game that was released in 2013. So yeah, screw you, Madden. Get better, you stink.
Yep. Yes.
But that being said,
I'm looking for the ratings. Sorry. Go ahead.
Comparing their quarterback ratings with our quarterback ratings, they were similar in some ways.
We'll go back and listen to our tier list.
Yes. Go back and listen to it. It's a little spotty on the audio. Sorry about that one.
That's right.
But whatever. But yeah, so they had 3 of our 4 elites are their top 3: Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady, and Rodgers. Josh Allen, we felt was elite, but he doesn't show up until 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th in their quarterback rankings, and he doesn't even break 90 overall. He's sitting at 88 overall.
What?
Yes. Above him are Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson, Lamar Jackson, and Deshaun Watson. So, yeah, okay. I think all those guys are really good, but
I do.
Based on Josh Allen's season, he finished 2nd in the MVP race. I don't understand how he couldn't be top 5 or at least over 90 overall.
He's got to be 90 plus.
He's got to be at least 90. But yeah,
Team
following
USA,
him up.
Sorry, Team USA basketball has 1.
Okay, wonderful. But following him up, Dak Prescott, Ryan Tannehill, Matt Ryan, and that's the top 10.
Okay.
But then we had some guys who we felt were better than Matt Ryan and Ryan Tannehill and Dak. That was Matthew Stafford and Derek Carr. Matthew Stafford and Derek Carr. Matthew Stafford is number 12. Derek Carr is number 14. In between them is Kyler Murray, and above Matt Stafford is Baker Mayfield.
That's actually really funny. We had a problem. Like, we didn't really know where to put those guys on an individual basis. They were in the same tier, but on an individual basis, it was really hard for us to rank them.
Yeah. And then right behind Derek Carr is Justin Herbert, and after that, out of yeah.
Perfect. Well, that's really interesting. I still hate Madden.
Oh yeah, same. It's terrible. Joe Burrow is 77 overall. He's worse than Trevor Lawrence overall. So I think that says all that needs to be said.
I was gonna say, let's pick one rating that just describes that is just totally Madden, and that's probably in the quarterbacks. That's Madden.
Yeah. Joe Burrow's worse than Trevor Lawrence, Ben Roethlisberger, Kirk Cousins, and he's tied with Jared Goff. and he is one better than Cam Newton, who,
wow,
we'll see. But yeah,
right, I'm gonna go to edge rushers.
Okay.
So I'm only gonna do the top 5 edge rushers, and then if we have some snubs or if we think this is totally Madden rating. All right, the number 1 edge rusher is Myles Garrett. He's 98 overall. Number 2 is Khalil Mack. TJ Watt 3, Chandler Jones 4, JJ Watt 5. So TJ Watt, Chandler Jones, and JJ Watt all have the same rating. TJ Watt is worse than Khalil Mack and Myles Garrett, but was arguably the best defensive player. I think he should have won Defensive Player of the Year over Aaron Donald.
Right.
And he was definitely better than his brother. I know JJ Watt's a stud, but he was way better than his brother, and he got the same rating.
Yeah, I
That
do
is
think
the totally Madden rating.
I think JJ Watt was definitely ranked way too high coming into this season, and I think Khalil Mack was probably ranked a little too high. I love Khalil Mack, but he didn't really do much last year. So I think starting it out, maybe bump him down a few overall.
Yeah.
Obviously he's really good, but yeah, TJ Watt deserved
he's probably been the best. All right, top defensive lineman. I'm only going to say one. Aaron Donald, 99 overall. They got that
no
right.
reason to even put anyone else at number one. That'd be crazy.
Tight ends. I have some big beef with this one.
All right, let's hear it.
I'm gonna hit all 10 real quick, and I'm just gonna read them off. And this is the order from 1 to 10. Travis Kelce, George Kittle, Darren Waller, Mark Andrews, Hunter Henry, Austin Hooper, Gronk, Mike Gesicki, TJ Hawkinson, Dallas Goedert.
Interesting.
So, Travis Kelce, 99 overall, whatever. The media loves Travis Kelce. They love anyone on the Chiefs.
To be fair, I do think Kelce is the best tight end right now.
I think Darren Waller. I mean, I'm a Raiders fan, but Darren Waller, I think, is a complete tight end who should be number one. Travis Kelce just gets thrown to the most. I think.
Well, that might be true, but we definitely have the biggest body of work to look at with Kelce.
That's true, too.
And he's been consistently very good. Darren Waller, though, definitely is an amazing tight end. And I wouldn't mind seeing him bumped up a few from his 93 overall.
Yeah.
At least a solid 95 would be deserving. I think coming out of this past season, he was probably better than Kittle.
Yeah. So surprisingly, my beef with this rating is actually with Rob Gronkowski. I think he's too high.
I think that's fair. Obviously in the past, Gronk was the undisputed best tight end. Right. When he was on the Patriots, him, Tom Brady were doing it, like no one else could. He was the best. But at this point, he's just not. And I don't know. I don't know that some of these guys don't deserve to be above him. In fact, I would have bumped up Robert Tonyan. Though I will say his blocking, I believe, is probably what's bringing him down. I know that was one thing he struggled with a little bit, but
going on to cornerbacks, the top three are Jalen Ramsey with the 99. Then you have Stephon Gilmore and Jair Alexander. Then at number 6, you have Xavier Howard from the Dolphins, who I think wants to be traded.
Yes, he does. That is correct.
I don't know if I have any problems with those rankings.
No, not really.
Based off of last season, though, did Stephon Gilmore have his crazy season last year?
I believe that was 2 years ago. Yeah. But I'm gonna go ahead and list the running backs.
Yes.
I don't list all 10, but I don't mind some of their ratings here. I think there are some guys that are overrated by a lot of people that they didn't overrate. First of all, the top 3 were Christian McCaffrey, Derrick Henry, Nick Chubb. Christian McCaffrey's 97 overall, Derrick Henry's 96, Nick Chubb is 96. Followed up by Dalvin Cook at 95, which I think is interesting. I love Nick Chubb, and I would love for him to be number 1 overall, but I'm not sure Dalvin Cook didn't deserve to be above him and Derrick Henry after his season last year. Alvin Kamara followed that up, then Aaron Jones, then Saquon Barkley, who entered at 90 overall, which I think is fair. He was really good, but I don't think he should have gotten back to his previous spot of 95, 96. Right. I think it was good where they stuck him. then Josh Jacobs, and then Ezekiel Elliott, which is the other one that I think was probably pretty properly rated.
Mm-hmm. Uh, I actually my Madden beef is with Nick Chubb too. I think that if you're gonna put Nick Chubb at 96, you have to put Derrick Henry at least 97. He's better than Nick Chubb.
Okay. I mean, as an argument for the Derrick Henry not necessarily being better than Nick Chubb,
I think Nick Chubb's injury rating should be to take him down at least one rating. And then Derrick Henry have a higher rating.
Derrick Henry is a very straightforward runner. He's not as complete as some of the other guys that are in the top there, I think.
Yeah.
For instance, his catching rating is 62. Though Nick Chubb's is only 67, which is interesting. But yeah. So yeah, those are the running back rankings. Obviously, McCaffrey leading out that list, which makes sense.
Yeah. Biggest snub in all of Heisman history. I just had to say that.
It's not impossible.
All right, wide receivers. The last one we haven't gone over, which I think
yes.
Wide receivers is always fun. Because they love to screw this up.
Who?
You have number 1, Devontae Adams, 2, DeAndre Hopkins, 3, Tyreek Hill, 4, Stephon Diggs, 5, Julio Jones, 6, Michael Thomas, 7, Keenan Allen, 8, Amari Cooper, 9, Mike Evans, 10, Allen Robinson. First thing that comes to mind here, I have no problem with actually the top 5.
No problem with top 5.
Devontae Adams, DeAndre Hopkins, Tyreek Hill, Stephon Diggs, Julio Jones.
I'd say that's fair.
My first problem is with Keenan Allen at number 7. Now, I know people who say, what? He's great. Yes, he's a great wide receiver, and his route running probably gets him all the way up there. But above Amari Cooper this year, I don't think so. I think Amari Cooper deserved a better rating than Keenan Allen.
I'd say Michael Thomas is rated a little too high myself.
Well, he didn't even play.
Exactly. So I think Michael Thomas needed to get bumped down a little bit. I think maybe DK Metcalf deserved to bump up.
Oh, yes.
I think maybe Calvin Ridley deserved to bump up.
Oh, yes.
And maybe Terry McLaurin, but I wouldn't mind giving him another year.
Yeah, the biggest snub, I think, is probably DK Metcalf not in the top 10. And then I saw something, Madden, they released top 15 or top 20, and AJ Brown was not in there.
AJ Brown is rated 86 overall. And above him is, who was it? Robert Woods, Robbie Anderson.
What?
Justin Jefferson, Chris Godwin, and Tyler Lockett, as well as Adam Thielen, OBJ, Terry McLaurin, and Calvin Ridley. All of those people were above AJ Brown. I think AJ Brown maybe should have come in right below Calvin Ridley. Maybe you could make an argument for Justin Jefferson being as good as him. I don't know, but yeah, I don't think Robert Woods and Robbie Anderson should have been above AJ Brown this year.
No. Robert Woods is good, but not better than AJ Brown. Yeah, so that's our little rant on Madden 22 ratings. Just don't buy the game this year, please. We're not getting sponsored by them, obviously, ever.
Seriously, okay. Can you get into legal trouble for like
bashing someone? No,
it's called. I don't think you can. Our honest opinion is just and
why
sucks.
do they care what we think?
They shouldn't.
Who else is making a football game? No one. EA Sports. They have everything.
Yeah.
They don't care.
See, that's the problem is they don't care about their community. All they focus on is Ultimate Team, because it makes the most money. And then they market that like crazy. And then they focus on graphics. And that's it.
Yeah.
The gameplay itself has gotten worse over the years. I would a million times rather play NCAA 14 than than Madden. And I don't even think that's because I'm just I genuinely don't believe that's because I'm saying, oh, it's what from when I was a kid. That's the game that I liked. No, I don't think I'm not progressing with the times. I think the problem is Madden is just getting worse.
It's going backwards.
It's going backwards. It's the same game year to year to year to year with updated ratings and getting worse in terms of like gameplay. Honestly, if I wish Madden would just release Madden NFL and then just keep it going. Like stop releasing a new game every single year. They're not going to do that because that's how they make their money. But it would make so much more sense if they would just release one game and then update the rankings year by year by year. But that's never going to happen.
No. Gosh, darn it. I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, no. We're talking about gaming and EA and everything. I think that they should take some advice, some tips from MLB The Show. MLB The Show listens to its players. MLB The Show was asking for MLB Stadium Creator. And so what did they do? They put in an MLB Stadium Creator. It took them a few years, but they wanted it to be the best and really good. And so they put in an MLB Stadium Creator because the fans wanted it. EA has not done anything the fans want in Madden or in FIFA. And that's one thing I've watched year to year to year, and I just don't get it because they don't address any of the issues that people ask them to address. The only thing they fix is stuff in Ultimate Team and ratings.
Maybe and ratings. And that's it. That's the only things they change. There have been problems with we're big dynasty mode players. So what we like to play in games like that is a dynasty mode. You build a team.
Dynasty, franchise.
Yeah, franchise, whatever it is. Exactly. And build a team around, that's just fun. That's what's fun for us. And so they screw us over year after year.
Not just us, in everyone else.
Yeah. Us as in the collective. Yeah. They screw everyone over. If FIFA's another great example. So many glitchy issues in their career modes and dynasty modes. It's a shame,
bad.
Really.
Yeah, it's bad. Oh, okay. Okay. Well, to end on a positive note here, NFL preseason is starting up. Tomorrow we have our weekend in advance. So we're doing the weekend review today. Tomorrow we're going to look at the week going forward, and Josiah and I are going to give some predictions.
Yes, we are.
And we'll keep track of. But yeah, the NFL's preseason is starting this next week, so I'm excited about that. But hey, thanks for listening. You can follow us on. You could watch the show on YouTube. You basically watch Josiah and I talk. But go there and comment. That's what I want you to do. I want you to go there and comment what your biggest opinion is on Madden. Scratch that. Are you buying Madden? Just leave a yes or no. Yes or no in the comments. Yes or no.
Yeah. Are you buying Madden? And if you want, are you buying FIFA?
Yeah. And continue to support our U.S. team in the Olympics. But go on YouTube. Yes or no for Madden. Go on TikTok. Follow us, West Nile Virus. You go on Instagram. Follow us, West Nile Virus. That's all. Those are the only places we're at. So other than that, you need to go tell your friends. You need to go tell your family.
Yes.
Tell your boys down the street. Or as you jump on Warzone with.
Heck yeah.
Quad team. So go let them know that West Nile Virus, that we out here. Is that how they say it now?
We out here.
We out here.
Yes.
Yeah.
We are definitely out here though. So
Word of mouth helps the most. Let everybody know. And thank you guys for listening. We appreciate you guys.
yes.